It's a little bit different than traditional. It's usually the father of the bride who is up to speaking. As you know, Julie and I grew up in Ogdensburg on the river. We consider ourselves river rats. My children were raised in Syracuse, but they've developed such a love of the river that this is now our third wedding up here on the river in Ogdensburg. So it's so fortunate. And Erin has been up here a couple of times, and she also had fun. This is your wedding, Erin. But she also fell in love with the river and really wanted to have that. I think that's very special, very special.
You a lot of money too.
You know, I do want to say thanks to Louis Williams. He does a wonderful job. This is multiple times we worked with him. Been very fortunate. And the new head cook, I got to mention Jake Glort and the connection there. Louis, thank you. Another wonderful day. I think Louis was saying he may actually work my wedding here at Grandview. I'm not sure. Wasn't sure if you or your father. I'm not sure. You know, one of the things that I would be remiss not mentioning is my father. I didn't speak at his event the other night. For my father, the three most important things in life are God, family, and golf, probably. And I think this is probably the first family wedding he hasn't been at. My father graduated high school in June of 1945, and as everybody did then, they enlisted in the Navy. And I don't know why he ended up in Tennessee. There's not many seaports in Tennessee. But the first Hannan wedding was his older sister, Mary. And I think it was the following summer, 1946. He was in the Navy. He was not going to miss a wedding. He went AWOL. He hitchhiked all the way from Tennessee to Ogdensburg. That's what you did in those days. And I guess he made quite a fuss at their wedding. And hitchhiked back and did not get caught. He has not missed a family wedding, a baptism, a funeral, a first communion that I know of. And this is the first one. And Mrs. Scratchy, we love you. I know you're watching. I think Aaron has a chair somewhere set up for Dad somewhere. He's here. But I just had to mention my father. So Mike and Aaron, I don't think Mike's had a lot of different girlfriends, but who would think you'd find the perfect person, his soulmate, the love of his life, right down the street in Salina, right down the street in South Salina Street. And I did it with Mary Kate, and I'm going to mention it again, stealing a line from Jerry Maguire. You two complete each other. I really believe that. I think that's the most important thing I can tell you. So, as the father of the groom, I want to welcome everybody. Thank Louis again. Wonderful night. Please have a great time. Enjoy the food. It'll be spectacular. Enjoy the drink. Enjoy the river. We're going to have a wonderful sunset. This is a wonderful place. And I'm not going to screw up again this year, Jim. I paid for dinner last night. It's your turn tonight to buy dinner. And just to let everybody know that TJ has arranged, if people party or here late, he has arranged for some drivers and for people that need a ride home tonight. So, and I just want to thank my mother for being here also. I love you, Mom. Thank you. I'm going to pass the mic on to the father of the...
We do have DVDs starting at 11, running till the end of the parties, so let's keep it going.
What did you say? Going on. Devin, why?
Oh, dear. I was going to do a roll call, but we all know Bill's here. If that's who we were really worried about being here, maybe dust busting the windowsills or something. Yes, exactly. As he likes to avoid getting up here as much as possible, which is weird because why would you? Well, as I've already been introduced, I am Mike's cousin. The best looking of the Hannans that are here tonight. Minus Johnny, of course. I'm very happy to be standing here today as Mike's best man, as I consider him the cooler younger brother I never had. Oh, sorry, Connor. He was just the younger brother before you. I always looked forward to the time that the Salina Hannans came up to camp and spent 2 weeks. It involved many days of bike rides up and down the camp roads, catching frogs, looking for golf balls. Mike and I even learned to drive at the same time. There was also someone else, and it wasn't us that hit the garage when we were driving. There was a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old, so I'll let you figure out who it was. Okay. But if anybody knows Mike and I, the trouble didn't last. We didn't stay out of trouble too long. So let me fill you on some memorable stories over the years. It's a good thing Aaron already said I do. Because there's this one time on New Year's Eve. No, we won't. It wasn't that bad, Aaron. Trust me. Notre Dame was playing Syracuse in basketball. And Mike and I may have been overserved. Yeah, I know, it's never happened to us. We woke up the next day to go to the party over at his parents' house, and we found a bottle of Grey Goose in his top shelf, top drawer. We're not sure who put it there, but we didn't care. We filled up a couple Gatorade bottles. We're gonna bring it into the game. We get the Julies. We're sitting on the couch having a couple Bud Lights, and Julie takes the Gatorade bottle and starts pouring it into the plant. And Mike and I at the same time are like, no! Needless to say, that plant is still thriving to this day. So, you know, the good times keep coming, and, you know, there were a couple times where Mike and I, again, went out, and we got separated. Good thing one time was in the summer. I could sleep on the front porch, wasn't a big deal. The second time I was not so lucky. It was in the middle of the winter. I don't know how many people know about winters in Syracuse, but they're not very friendly. Especially on this particular night. It was about, I don't know, we'll just say -20. Just, you know, just to make Syracuse sound good. I got locked out of Mike's house. I somehow made it back to from downtown to Mike's house on, I think it was Ackerman at the time. I forget Harvard and Maryland and Euclid, you know, they all just roll together. So I got locked out, and I'm casing the house as I had already said, I've done before. But Chris has proofed this place. There was no breaking into it. There were security cameras, you know, everything. So I spent hours trying to figure out how to get in, throwing snowballs at windows, until my savior, at 5 a.m. I got home at 2, 3, whatever it was. So it was a couple hours. At one point, I even tried sleeping on the porch in a cardboard box. And then Josh woke up to the snowballs because actually, it wasn't even the snowballs. He had to get up and plow. That's why he came on me. So yes, Aaron, one thing to remember. Go home before Mike or have keys. Don't go home after and not have keys, because then you're gonna be sleeping in the hallway or whatever else. All jokes aside, if you're here today because of Mike, then you know Mike will do anything for anyone. there was one day in particular that he took time out of a boys' weekend, Masters weekend, which is go down to Florida, play golf, and partake in a couple beverages. He caddied for me 36 holes in one day, and he was I would say, a big reason that I passed my playing ability test. He helped keep me calm, cool, collected, and not focusing on what I was doing, and he only missed club me once. It's all right. At that point, we'd already made so many birdies, it didn't matter. Yeah. Now let's switch gears and talk about the happy couple we were celebrating today. For as long as I've known Erin, she's always brought out the best in Mike, or at least done her best to keep him in line. As Julie knows, that's a full-time job. I mean, Erin, remember that one time Mike may have been overserved at his holiday party as you guys were flying across country? Mike, did you give your sister her glasses back yet? Because you did such a stellar job packing. Again, I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, Erin, I'm very happy that you're finally officially joining the family. I mean, you've been basically part of the family for so long. I can say this, and probably everybody else in the room, we weren't really sure when it was going to happen. We're just glad that it did happen. Just kidding, Mike. Really, we're just surprised that you surprised her. That was the best part. We knew you had it in you. So as Bill said, we did lose a key part of the family this winter. And as I was writing the speech, I was trying to think of what he would say to both of you. Mike, he would look at you and say, about damn time. And Erin, he would say, good luck with this one, and then give you the pointing it with the, yeah. And I would like everyone to raise their glass. Erin, I'm going to ask you to put your hand on the table. Mike, put your hand on top of hers. Now, Mike, I want you to remember this moment. This will be the last time you have the upper hand in this relationship. Erin, congratulations. Mike, congratulations. And thank you for coming to the family.
That boy, Teach.